going, everyone? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Gills Point S tire, which used to be a Peerless Tire shop here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It closed down a little while back in 2025. We're on January 3rd, I believe. January 3rd of 2026 now. 4th, maybe? 3rd or 4th? One of those two. We're going to go ahead and check it out and see what it looks like now that it's gone. Alright, so here we go. We're crossing the street now, and there's the building. You can see that the sign on the building had been taken down. They painted or taped or something over the sign over here, the self-standing one. Not sure if the sign might still be in there, but I believe most of the fixtures were removed. I do actually got a little story to tell on that. Right back over there, behind of here is actually the old FedEx Express that I filmed. I guess now it's some kind of auto shop. So there's that. It's already been replaced by something else. I guess we'll start over here with the bays and work our way around. We're gonna be able to get our money shot pretty quickly, I think. There we go. So the sign does appear to be gone. It was laying right there when I saw it, like right inside of these doors. So yeah, I don't think it's there anymore. It looks like pretty much everything inside is gone, which was expected. Bridgestone, you can see that label scar right there. Something that is kind of interesting to me was that they didn't really get rid of the Peerless Tire branding. They just kind of did, but they were doing away with it. So even though there's not as much Peerless branding, you know, some of the employees were still wearing Peerless outfits, and even on the tire things that were out here in the lot, they had tire things out here in the lot that that said Peerless Tires on it. Sorry, I got interrupted by that car that was driven by. But you can see inside on every window pretty easily. I'm not sure what the future for this building is, but yeah, I think over here they had like storage in this area. Pretty sure they had storage for the for the tires and all that. And then they had little spots here that you could pull up, and they'd sometimes the tires out here. Sometimes I think they would have you go inside the bays. Guess it just depends. They have a little area right here that I didn't notice before. Nah, I'm not gonna try it, but I don't need to. I had a momentary thought I might to try the door, but nah, I don't need to. So the story that I was talking about is like maybe a few days after I believe they had closed. I happened to be coming by here and I saw that they were doing something. I assumed at the moment that I saw it that they were maybe tearing it apart, but I wasn't sure. A little bit later, I noticed that a vehicle had pulled into their lot and was getting some kind of help from them. And they actually had one of those bay doors over there open as well. So I ended up going up to him and asking what was going on. And it turned out that it's just someone that's having a little car issue or whatever. It wasn't a big deal, and it did turn out that they were in fact closed. Seeing that was misleading to me initially, but it's like, okay, you know, if you do journalism or anything like that, you really gotta like make sure that you get the facts straight, right? It's very important to do that. I'm a single person, so of course I am prone to making mistakes. I have to do the very best I can, and even when I do the very best, I'm still going to occasionally stumble. But I digress. The thing is that when I had actually gone up there, that's where I had talked to them and found out they were closed. And I happened to notice when I was talking to them that they had the sign inside of the bay doors, just inside of the bay doors there. So obviously when the truck came to pick up all the stuff, that probably also went with all the other materials. I'm not sure if they might reuse that sign somewhere else. It seems like they've been acquiring a lot of smaller chains across the nation, anywhere from like just a couple locations to several locations, or even a little bit bigger like Peerless Tires. I think that was one of the most widespread ones that they had purchased that I know of anyway. So yeah, pretty crazy. I guess let's continue, shall we? We're gonna go back around here for the heck of it, just see if there's anything too crazy back here. I wonder where that sign came from. Barbershop additional parking. Lots of graffiti, of course. Yeah, here's the old FedEx Express. They put in this car shot. They're working on getting fencing and gates and stuff up. Actually, you can see where there's going to be a gate right there that we'll be able to roll. So, yeah. Looks like they had a back area over here too. Doesn't look like anything back here though. I'll just do this. Doesn't look like anything too much, a bucket or something there, but that's about it. Looks like a sign right there. Wonder what happened to that. Or maybe a TV. Guess it could be a TV. It looks more like a TV than a sign. Oh dear. And then you do have the sign right here. I'm gonna try and get the sun behind it so I can show you guys a little bit different angle. There we go. So up there it was said Peerless Tires a long time ago, and then more recently Gills Point S. I guess they do still have other locations. They have Laramie, for example, I think, and others, but I don't know too much about the rest. So I don't know what's next for this place. We should look at this sign right over here on that pole. I don't know what's next for this place. I assume it's probably available, but I don't know where you would go for info on that. I don't see any signs for info about leasing or buying or anything, unfortunately. So you might have to do some searching on the internet if that's something you'd want. I think this sign reemphasizes my point though. They didn't really get rid of the Peerless Tires stuff right away. They were kind of taking their time, and it seems like that's the case across the board. Seems like for the most part the main thing for them was just getting the correct sign onto the building, and then from there it's just like, well, whatever, if when the time comes to replace the Peerless stuff, we'll do it. It seems like that's what they were going for. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like they were going for. I tell you, I've been messed up on my days for like a week now, but today is actually January 3rd. It's a Saturday. And this, I don't know if this will be the next video after the bicycle station or if there'll be another video that I do first. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. I would like to give a shout out to my channel members that should be listed right in this area. The support journey make it easier to document places that matter to us in the retail world. And until next time, peace out.